So it's getting dumber in Canada. After all of the break-ins, murders, raping, pedophilia that's going on in Ontario, now Hamilton has decided that you're not allowed to have security cameras filming criminals doing crime, because the criminals deserve privacy, when they're committing these crimes. And so there's a bylaw that states that you're not allowed to film anything that's outside of the peripheral of your own property. Just listen to this.
Everybody has a Ring doorbell camera.
There are 10 security cameras mounted outside of Dan Miles' Hamilton home. He says they've been a valuable tool for crime fighting.
I've actually participated in evidence sharing of 3 homicides on these cameras, over 40 break-and-enters, multiple home invasions.
The cameras, Miles says, haven't prevented crime in the neighborhood, but they've helped with investigations.
I've given up over 40 videos to the Hamilton Police Services themselves, who have come here in person and asked me for them.
Including this one, shared also with Global News. Multiple angles of an alleged serial killer.
Sabrina Kildare was behind that fence right there, where that sign is on the corner of it.
And shots of a 77-year-old man just before his death. So it came as a surprise when the city of Hamilton asked Miles to remove all of his cameras.
Yeah, guys, now you can't even film criminals doing their thing, because criminals in Canada deserve more rights than its citizens. Yeah, absolutely. You're not allowed to film. You're not allowed to fight back. They took away your guns. It's almost like it's an invasion. But hey, who's even counting, or even paying attention? In Canada, we are so nice to criminals and rapists and pedophiles and the cartel and terrorists. But you know what you're not allowed to be? An extremist. And you want to know what an extremist is considered in Canada? Someone with good old-fashioned views. Someone who doesn't commit crimes, someone who pays taxes, someone who follows the law, someone who has traditional views. That's considered extremist. But you can be a terrorist, a cartel member, a pedophile, a murderer, a thief, and you get so lax laws. Gee, I wonder why the government is going against its citizens. Is it an invasion? Is it a takeover? But yet they want 15-minute cities where your movement is absolutely tracked 100% of the time. They want CBDC so they know everything that you purchase, but they don't care about the criminals stealing things, coming into your house. And what I find really funny is then why are we giving humanitarian aid to other countries so that they can fight stuff? We should just tell them to comply, right? We should tell Ukraine to just comply. Go hide in your closets. Wait till Russia's done, right?
Picture this. You're a law-abiding Canadian citizen. You pay your taxes, follow the rules, maybe even help your neighbors shovel snow. You install security cameras to protect your family because, let's face it, crime is rising every day. Then one day, the police knock on your door and tell you to take them down. Why? Because filming criminals violating your space might hurt their feelings. Welcome to Canada. It's 2025, where apparently criminals have more rights than you do. Guys, I have some clips here. I'd like us to watch them. They build the momentum for this video, and then I will be back.
My house just got robbed again. We need to be tougher on crime.
Let's not get too hasty. We don't know what these criminals were experiencing.
Who cares what they were experiencing? They stole my car.
Maybe their neighborhood doesn't have access to public transit.
What? Bungyang, what do you think?
Canadians are too nice. They are soft like tofu.
Well, what would you do?
Kill one to save thousands.
Bungyun!
You know, we do need to do something to clean up the neighborhood.
A safe injection site could help.
You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
2 safe injection sites?
We need a 3-strike rule.
3 strikes and a stern talking to?
3 strikes and you're had.
How about we just start putting people in jail for a long time?
Soft like a dumpling.
Welcome back to the channel, and let me tell you something. This is neither satire nor dystopian novel. This is the lived reality of Dan Miles in Hamilton, Ontario, who was literally asked by police to remove 10 security cameras that had helped to solve over 40 criminal cases. I've said 40 criminal cases, including homicides, break-ins, and home invasions. But here's the kicker. He was told to remove them because they captured a sliver of public sidewalk where, God forbid, someone committing a crime might be filmed. Let me repeat that slower for the people at the back to hear me. The Canadian government believes criminals deserve privacy while committing crimes against you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely there is more to this story. Surely there is some reasonable explanation that makes this make sense. But here's what we need to talk about at a broader pattern, because this is not happening in isolation. We're witnessing what I can only describe as systemic inversion of justice priorities. While Hamilton bans cameras that catch criminals, we are simultaneously being told that 15-minute cities need to track our every movement. While citizens can't film public spaces, the government wants CBDs to monitor every purchase we make. Do you see the pattern here? The state wants total surveillance of you, but demands total privacy for those who victimize you. And this absolutely infuriates me because it's so transparently backwards. Let us break down what we are talking about here. Dan Miles' cameras want some inversion, like Big Brother said. They were focused on his property with incidental coverage of public spaces, you know, those spaces where you have no reasonable expectation of privacy anyway. Traffic cameras exist. Business security cameras exist. Police body cams exist. But when a citizen tries to protect their own family and community, suddenly it's a problem. The cognitive dissonance is staggering. The same government that will fine you for not wearing a seatbelt, that will arrest you for misgendering someone, that will seize your bank account for donating to the wrong protest. This same government suddenly becomes a champion of criminal privacy rights when it comes to protecting law-abiding citizens. You know, what's really rich about this whole situation? Okay, let me answer that question for you. The government's new crime-fighting strategy appears to be, and I quote, if you can't see crime happening, does it really exist? It's like the childhood game where you can cover your eyes and think you're invisible, except now it's public policy. Can't solve crime, just make it illegal to record it. Brilliant. Next week, they'll probably ban hospitals from treating gunshot wounds because acknowledging violence might hurt someone's feelings. Guys, I'm burning out. Wait, there is something more. While telling citizens they can't film criminals, there is also telling them not to resist home invaders. It's the same. The official advice is literally to comply with these criminals. So let me get this straight. You can't film them, you can't fight them, you can't even record evidence of their crimes. What's like offering them tea and cookies while they ransack your house? That's next. Sounds crazy, but yes. But let me tell you where this gets really dark, and I mean philosophically, existentially dark. What we are witnessing is not just bad policy, it is the complete abandonment of social contract. The foundation of any legitimate government rests on its commitment to protecting law-abiding citizens from those who will harm them. Like, that's the sole purpose of the government. That's literally government 101. You surrender certain freedoms in exchange for security and justice. But when the government starts protecting criminals from citizens instead of citizens from criminals, that contract is broken. Yeah. This Hamilton bylaw is not just about cameras. It is a symptom of a much deeper ideological shift where victimhood has become so valorized that actual victims, homeowners being robbed, communities being terrorized, are treated as a real problem. The logic seems to be, if acknowledging crime makes criminal look bad, then the solution isn't to stop crime, it is to stop acknowledging it. And this connects to something much larger happening across the Western world. We are seeing similar patterns in Australia, in the UK, some parts of the United States. The same inversion of priorities, mass surveillance of law-abiding citizens, combined with protection of criminal behavior. That's the new world for you. That's the first world for you. But here's what makes Canada's situation particularly insidious. It's being packaged as compassion. Oh, we are just being nice. We are just being Canadian. We don't want to be mean to people who are struggling. Struggling? You guys are talking about struggling? Breaking into someone's home isn't struggling. It's choosing to traumatize innocent families just to massage your own ego. Selling drugs to kids isn't struggling. It's destroying communities for profit. And filming these activities isn't mean. It's basic civic duty. The Dan Miles case reveals something even more sinister. When you think about it, his cameras helped to solve 40 cases, 40 families got justice, 40 criminals were held accountable, 40 communities became a little bit safer. And the response from authorities was take them down. Think about that for a second. The system looked at evidence of effective crime prevention and said, this is the problem we need to solve. Not the break-ins, not the home invasions, but protecting criminals, the documentation of crime. This is how totalitarian systems operate. Folks, they don't eliminate problems. They eliminate evidence of problems. They don't create safety. They create the illusion of safety by making it harder to see the danger. And what absolutely breaks my heart as I speak this, it's thinking about the victims. Imagine being robbed, assaulted, or worse, and then being told that trying to prevent or document such crimes makes you the bad guy. Imagine losing a loved one to violence and then being told that the very cameras that could have brought the killer to justice are somehow immoral. I'm not talking about bad policy. It's moral bankruptcy. It's a complete abandonment of the people government is supposed to serve and protect. The terrifying question we need to ask ourselves is, if they can ban citizens from filming public spaces where crimes occur, then what's next? Do business security cameras become illegal? Do dash cams get banned? Do we eventually criminalize witness testimony because it might embarrass criminals? The precedent being set here is that criminals' comfort matters more than citizen safety. And once you establish that principle, there is no logical stopping point. This is where we are, good people. This is the Canada you guys are living in now, where defending your family makes you an extremist, where wanting law and order makes you a radical, where believing in basic justice makes you the problem. But here's the thing. We don't have to accept this. We don't have to live in a society where criminals are called dead and citizens are criminalized. We can demand better. We can vote for better. We can be better. Yes, the choice is yours as Canadians. Do you live in a society where Dan Miles can protect his community, or one where criminals are protected from Dan Miles? Do you build a country where justice matters, or one where feelings matter more than facts? Because right now, as we speak, Canada is choosing criminals over its own citizens, and that's not Canadian values. That's the abandonment of values. The question isn't whether this is happening by design. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.